Welcome to Deefer Diving's YouTube channel. Today I'm here to talk about a very particular subject, and I think Gary picked me to talk about this because I'm the most experienced on the team. I'm not actually sure that's a good thing though. So yeah, I'm here to talk about nitrogen narcosis. So first things first, let's define nitrogen narcosis, okay? Narcosis while diving is also known as the Martini effect and is basically a reversible alteration of consciousness caused by the anesthetic effect of certain inert gases when you go deep. So basically, the deeper you go, the more susceptible you are to actually getting narked because you're gonna be breathing more concentration of those inert gases at a deeper depth. What causes nitrogen narcosis? There is actually no exact method to prevent narcosis and also to detect who will have it and who won't, and there are different factors that will have an effect whether you actually get it or not. There's also no way to know how severe the effect's gonna be on one particular individual diver. The effect might actually vary from dive to dive, even on different dives during the day. So that being said, modern theories suggest that inert gases dissolve in lipid fat tissues that will cause narcosis a little bit faster. And then there are other modern studies that are looking into, this is a little bit hard for me to say, neurotransmitter receptor protein mechanisms as the possible cause of narcosis. So it is fair to say that the risk of narcosis will actually increase when levels of carbon dioxide are building up because of, for example, heavy exercising, which might happen if you're actually going into current and fighting current when you're going deep. So that means that you're actually breathing a little bit faster than normal. Then, of course, it will happen as well if you do very shallow breathing or even skip breaths. So at this point, remember the rule number one of diving: never hold your breath. It is also believed that the risk of getting narked at a certain depth will increase depending on your mental and physical state at a certain date. For example, if you feel more tired than usual, if you didn't have a good night's sleep the night before, if you are slightly dehydrated, that actually might have an impact on your ability to get narked underwater. Needless to say that narcosis will kick faster, even with a minimal alcohol intoxication and of course other sedative and analgesic drugs. So now let's take a look at the effects and symptoms. Although its effects are not always very clear to recognize, they are mostly harmless and benign, resulting in a sort of sense of tranquility and eliminating the anxiety sometimes. So this increases the risk of actually having a very poor judgment at a dive. The effects usually remain the same at a certain depth, and they might actually increase when you go deeper, but if you start going a little bit shallower, the effects will go away. During your advanced open water or even a deep specialty, your instructor will play some games with you or actually do a couple of exercises to try to detect whether you are having the effects of nitrogen narcosis or not. This is just mostly to show you how much your reaction underwater slows down. In some cases, it can be quite significant. And in some others, probably you're just gonna have fun with it. Narcosis is often called the Martini effect because a lot of people say that it's basically feeling a little bit tipsy and a little bit drunk underwater. So I would say that if you tend to be like a very giggly and happy drunk whenever you go out on a Saturday night, then maybe you will end up having a good time underwater. Maybe you wouldn't even notice it. But on the other hand, if you tend to be a little bit more of an anxious and aggressive kind of drunk, then I would suggest you just stay very close to your dive buddy, dive master or dive instructor. Try to relax, try to enjoy your dive, and follow the instructions very closely. So how do we prevent getting narcosis, or how do we deal with it? To be fair, there's actually no particular way to prevent it. I mean, it can happen to anybody, and even from 20 meters on. It can happen on shallow dives even. But like I said before, it depends on your physical state and your also your mental state at the moment. So I can give you a couple of advices and some important pointers that, at least in my personal experience, have helped me quite a lot on the several occasions that I've been narked so far. So for those with depth wishes, the most important thing is to remember that every deep dive already comes with some extra risks and extra safety precautions that you should take. So whenever you are planning on doing a deep dive, remember to plan your dive and then dive the plan. It's very important that you take it slow. Slow down. Remember that scuba diving is a slow sport. We're supposed to enjoy ourselves. So try to descend at your own rate. Try not to succumb to peer pressure, and just remember you take your time, take it slow. And if you feel like you're overexercising a little bit, even stop, catch your breath, remember to breathe, and just slow down. Other important advice, always try to keep a line or a visual reference to go down. If you're doing a free descent, stay close to your dive buddy. Have a good night's sleep the night before. Remember to drink your liquids and stay highly hydrated. Remember that diving does not mix well with alcohol and recreational drugs. So be responsible and mindful about this. We all lose IQ points when we start diving and when we're underwater, which only gets worse when you get narked. So to help you out, it might be a good idea to maybe bring a slate with you, a slate where you can actually read the instructions of your dive, so it helps you follow your plan. In my personal experience, the most important thing that has helped me the most is always stay close to my dive buddy or someone that I know that I can trust and rely on. Someone that I know that it will take care of me if I get narked. For this, it's particularly important that you remember your hand signals, okay? Something's wrong, I'm feeling kind of weird. Remember to communicate this underwater. It's very important that you stay close to somebody, so you don't just go away looking after fishes and sea cucumbers at 44 meters down. So once you know yourself, once you've been through this quite a few times like me, you sort of learn to recognize yourself and learn to recognize the symptoms. You're actually going to be able to have a good time. You will be able to relax and enjoy your dive. Going deep and having narcosis should not be an impediment for you to actually try deep diving. And always always remember to try to stay within your limits, within your knowledge and your training. Do not exceed your limits. It's very important that you take your time and focus on yourself. Always follow your instruments. Remember to bring your extra aid if you need it. Take your time, breathe constantly, do not hold your breath. Just don't take it quick. There's no rush. When we're diving, we're just trying to enjoy ourselves. So yeah, that's my best advice. Just relax and enjoy your dive. So thank you very much for watching this video. We are very happy to be back. We hope that we will have more time to start posting a little bit more often like it used to be on every Friday. So we're gonna try to keep up with you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Hope to see you soon. Keep diving.